What if I told you that the reason you don't feel confident and energetic all the time is that your testosterone levels aren't as high as they could be? The reason you aren't a social butterfly could be related to your energy levels just being low. The reason your dating life sucks could just be the result of low libido levels and a lack of masculine drive. And the reason you might have a hard time losing body fat and building muscle and strength in the gym easily, that could just be a matter of you not fueling your body with the right nutrients. So in this video, I'm going to give you 7 bulletproof hacks any man can use to boost testosterone naturally. Because I don't want you to live with all of these nasty lingering symptoms. I want to give you the tools to fix those issues naturally. You don't need to go injecting any of these synthetic hormones into your body or rubbing testosterone jelly on your balls. If you're new here, my name's Ben Richardson. I'm a personal trainer, a certified nutrition coach, and a chemical engineer. And for years, I suffered from low testosterone levels from being fat and overweight. And it wasn't until I went through a pretty nasty breakup in college that I really started to finally get a grip on my life. So I'm here to share what I've learned along the way with other men so that they can improve their health and increase testosterone naturally, just like I did. And I do post videos like this one every single week, so make sure you go ahead and subscribe so that you're not missing out. Alright, let's dive into this list of 7 bulletproof hacks that any man can use to boost testosterone naturally. Number 1 on my list is to supplement with a high-quality multivitamin. Correcting any micronutrient deficiencies you might have is a great way to cover all your bases to make sure all the biological systems in your body are firing on all cylinders. This is especially true for micronutrients that play crucial roles in testosterone synthesis, like zinc, boron, selenium, magnesium, vitamin D, and vitamin A. Now, one of my favorite tools to use to make sure I'm getting enough micronutrients into my diet is an app called Chronometer. It's free to use unless you want to upgrade and take advantage of their more premium features, but I just use the free version. This thing is like my fitness pal on steroids. You punch in foods that you eat, and you can also input the multivitamins that you take to get an idea of your micronutrient percentages. This is a great way to get a quantitative feel for your total nutrient intake if you want to dive just beyond fats, carbs, and protein. I think this is a really good tool to use for a few months, but you definitely don't need to be as obsessive as I am about it. Anyways, some good multivitamins out there are Thorne Research's 2 per day basic nutrients. Vitamin Code Raw 1 for men is another really good one, and even 1 a day men's isn't a bad one either. Now, if you're dirt poor or you just don't want to go spending money on a high quality multivitamin, because these multivitamins are investments, you don't want to cheap out on a multivitamin. Buying a cheap multivitamin from Walmart is not a good idea at all, so if you do decide that you want to invest in one, invest in a good one. But anyhow, a decent alternative is to just ramp up your egg game. Just simply eat more eggs. Egg yolks are rich in almost every single vitamin and mineral except for vitamin C. Bonus points if you swallow the egg yolks raw. Might seem like a weird thing to do, but not cooking the egg yolk at all is going to optimize the nutrient bioavailability. And that's not to say that you won't get any nutrients from eggs if you scramble them up, you definitely will, but raw dogging these bad boys can help our body use them more efficiently. Also, don't swallow the egg white, just swallow the egg yolk. Separate out the yolk if you decide to try this. But I think you get the gist of this point. Correct any micronutrient deficiencies that you might have, and you can usually do this by taking a multivitamin for 2 or 3 months and you should be set. That's probably the easiest way, but consuming foods that are rich in nutrients is going to support testosterone as well. Alright, next up on my list of hacks is nasal breathing. Breathing through your nose makes a much bigger impact on your health than you realize. Your ability to filter out air so that your body can use the oxygen in it is extremely important. I mean, think about it. It only takes a matter of several minutes before your entire body starts shutting down if you restrict oxygen. And it doesn't take that much longer before you just die without having access to oxygen. Breathing is also a sort of subconscious bodily function, so it can be pretty easy to overlook it completely. But ensuring that the air that you breathe is flowing through your nose and being properly filtered by your sinuses, this is crucial to making sure all the biological systems in your body are firing on all cylinders. So anytime throughout the day you catch yourself breathing through through your mouth instead of your nose, correct yourself and make it a habit. Something that's helped me out a lot is to be a lot more present when I eat food. And by that, I just mean that I eliminate distractions when I'm eating so that I can just sit and enjoy my meal. And doing that helps me consciously focus on chewing with my mouth closed so that I can breathe through my nose while I'm chewing. And this will also make your eating experience a lot better because a lot of your sense of satisfaction that comes from eating food is driven through smell. So don't watch TV or scroll through your phone while you're eating your food. Just sit down and enjoy your meal. If your tendency is to breathe through your mouth, that's also probably going to be your default behavior if you're distracted while you're eating. Chewing gum can also help you breathe through your nose more often too. I like to chew gum for about an hour after work or while I'm at the gym. It's a good way to train yourself to chew with your mouth closed and breathe through your nose. Your goal with this should be to become so accustomed to breathing through your nose that you also breathe through your nose while you're sleeping. And that brings me to bulletproof hack number 3, and that's to dial in your sleep. Sleep is one of the most important areas of your life to prioritize to optimize your testosterone levels naturally. You can eat a perfect diet, follow a perfect workout plan, and supplement with the perfect natural testosterone boosting supplements. But if you don't get enough good quality sleep, the effectiveness of all your efforts is going to take a hit because sleep makes that big of a difference. Some practical tips to help you dial in your sleep quality. First off, just stop hitting the snooze button in the morning. It essentially trains your body to doze off, but never enter into a restful state of sleep because that thing that you're doing while you're snoozing is not restful quality sleep. In a more general sense, I'd suggest going to bed and waking up around the same time every day anyway, making a point to follow a schedule to set your body into a circadian rhythm. Change the settings on your phone in the evening to emit warmer colors instead of true tones, and you can sleep in a cool, dark room. I bought some blackout curtains to make sure no light gets into my room while I'm sleeping, and that seems to help a lot. I try to get the temperature of my room down to about 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and that usually keeps me asleep throughout the night. Now, I could go on and on about sleep, but I already did that in my video on 11 tips to sleep better to increase your testosterone. So if you want even more sleeping tips, head on over to that video once you're done watching this one, and I'll see you over there. Alright, next up is to cut back on alcohol. I'm not huge on New Year's resolutions. I typically just keep doing things that I'm already doing, except maybe with a little bit more intensity at the beginning of the year. But if I had a New Year's resolution for 2024, it's to cut way back on alcohol. I'm going at least 3 months without any alcohol at all, and I'm gonna open up my mind to the idea of just cutting it out of my diet completely. But take total and complete control of your alcohol consumption. Alcohol consumption in and of itself doesn't hurt your testosterone levels, but overconsumption of alcohol definitely does. And the reality is that most people who drink, not all, but most people, tend to overconsume alcohol when they drink it. Even social weekend drinkers tend to overconsume, but they probably don't think it's that big of a deal because it's not like they're drinking every single night of the week. Well, the issue is that most people go out with their friends to socialize and hang out, but everyone is so freaking socially awkward and incapable these days that they practically need that social jolt that alcohol gives them to go out and talk to people and have a good time. Especially dudes. They lean on that masked confidence that alcohol gives them to go talk to that smoking hot girl at the bar, only to more than likely just make a drunken fool out of themselves. But anyways, usually one drink leads to another, and then the extra rowdy friends start egging people on to take shots or shotgun beers, and before you know it, those I only drink socially on weekends people are waking up with a throbbing headache the next day, and their livers are absolutely torched. So get a grip on this and practice a little discipline when it comes to drinking alcohol, because I'm sure there's a handful of you watching this video right now that drink way too much whenever you do go out or do anything that involves alcohol. You really don't need that much to get the desired effects of alcohol, so learn to chill. Either eliminate it out of your diet altogether or just cut way back on it. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, I'd appreciate it if you gave the like button a click real quick. It helps YouTube know that my content isn't total garbage. Alright, bulletproof hack number 5 to boost testosterone naturally is to get more sunlight. Exposing your body to natural sunlight is the best way to dial in your circadian rhythm. Andrew Huberman, one of the professors of neurobiology at Stanford University, who also has his own podcast, has been talking about the health benefits and the importance of sunlight exposure for years now. It's beneficial for your eye health and your vision. It's healthy for your skin and your hair. It signals to your body that it's time to wake up and be alert so that later when you aren't exposed to sunlight, your body knows that it's time to wind down and start getting ready to go to sleep. The best way to practically implement this is to just walk outside more often. Instead of taking a typical lunch break, go get some fresh air for a bit and walk around a little. And there are so many other benefits to doing this on top of the ones I just mentioned. Getting outside and walking around more throughout the day is going to improve blood flow, which is going to improve nutrient delivery to all the organs and tissues throughout your body. And the more efficiently nutrients are transported to these biological organs and tissues, the healthier they're going to be. And this includes muscle tissue. So if you're into exercising to any extent, this is going to improve your recovery because your body is going to repair your muscles faster and more efficiently. And you're also going to burn some additional calories throughout the day doing this. And this is especially helpful if you're trying to lean down and get rid of some of that stubborn body fat. So getting about 10,000 steps in per day is an awesome target to shoot for, and that can burn at least a few hundred extra calories per day. And this adds up over the course of weeks and months and even years. It may sound like something that isn't going to make a big difference for your hormonal health, but it's so important and helpful that I made an entire video about the benefits of walking outside to boost testosterone naturally. You can check that out after you're done watching this one on the end screen, but it really isn't rocket science. Get outside more, walk around, even if it's cold, even if it's overcast. Probably the only days that you have a valid excuse not to go outside are when it rains or snows or something like that. And even then, there are workarounds because you're still going to get the benefits from just being outside, even if you're not being directly exposed to the sun. All right, bulletproof hack number 6 is to make your own food. Cooking is probably one of the most useful skills that you can learn to improve your overall health. Going out all the time is not only expensive, but you have much less control over the foods that you're putting into your body. When you make your own food, you select what you're eating, and it eliminates your ability to blame anyone but yourself for not being in the state of health you want to be in. You can also portion out your foods much more accurately. For instance, being the nerdy chemical engineer that I am, I can't help but whip out the food scale and weigh my sweet potatoes to get a more accurate number to punch into chronometer. Eventually you get the hang of things and you don't necessarily need to weigh every single thing that you put into your mouth, but cooking your own food gives you so much more control over what you put into your body. Not to mention, restaurants often use cheap, low-quality ingredients to maximize their profits, especially chain restaurants and fast food restaurants. Now, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy the occasional Chipotle bowl or Jimmy John's sandwich here and there. You can still live your life a little bit, but learn how to cook food. To me, it's a basic adult skill that everyone should possess. I don't understand for the life of me how people slide by in life without learning how to cook. I mean, have you ever been swiping on a dating app and you come across some girl's profile and she puts on there that she doesn't cook? I mean, talk about unattractive. Now, I'm a pretty traditional guy, but that's not even me implying that women belong in the kitchen or anything like that. It just baffles me how grown adults in their 20s, male or female, do not know how to cook. I mean, imagine dating a girl who lacks the ability to make a decent meal for you. It is a basic life skill like changing a tire on your car, or, solving a series of differential equations to determine the limiting reagent in a uniformly heated, continuously stirred chemical reactor. Pretty basic stuff, fellas, so get your acts together. All right, last but not least is weight training. It's one of the most obvious ones, so I'm saving it for last, but lifting weights with the specific goal to build strength and lean, dense muscle mass will substantially impact your testosterone levels. I'd imagine most of you who are watching this lift weights to some extent if you're interested in hacks to increase your testosterone, but what you might not know about lifting weights is that you can lift weights with the specific goal of increasing your testosterone levels. The number of reps you do, the amount of time you rest between your sets, the number of sets you do, and the amount of weight that you lift, and how long you take to recover between your weightlifting workouts are all parameters to be optimized to stimulate greater testosterone production from your training. I would opt to work in a lower rep range with higher weights and rest longer between your sets. You'd be surprised how much more your body recovers between sets from resting 3 minutes compared to 2 minutes. sets. This makes a big difference, and it allows you to work closer to the threshold of your strength potential, which is important because that's how you consistently build strength. You have to push your body a little bit more outside of your comfort zone each and every time you hit the gym. Working in the 5 to 8 rep range for compound lifts with heavy weights, this is what you want to opt for. Rest for at least 3 minutes between your sets and stick to 3 or 4 sets per exercise. You really don't need to blast yourself on barbell back squats with 8 sets of 10 to increase testosterone with weight training. You also need to make sure you're taking time to rest and recover between your workouts. If you're lifting heavy weights and pushing your body to its strength potential every time you work out, which is how you should train to increase testosterone, then you need to give your central nervous system a break. When you're making faces like this in the gym, you're not just working the muscle groups of the exercise that you're doing, you're recruiting several systems throughout your body to push this kind of weight. Recovery is more important than the time you spend in the gym, so take at least a full day to rest and recover between your strength training sessions. Follow these general workout guidelines and you should be good to go on your weight training to boost testosterone naturally. And because I'm a pretty stand-up dude, I'm going to give you guys a free workout template in the description below. You can either follow it exactly as it's written, or you can substitute out any exercises for ones you're more comfortable doing. But follow the structure of the workout and you should be all set with this one. So there you have it, 7 bulletproof hacks any man can use to boost testosterone naturally. If you still don't feel like you have a solid game plan to follow to boost your testosterone levels, then you might be interested in learning more about my coaching program. I help guys dial in their fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle habits to increase their testosterone levels naturally so that they can have more energy, boost their confidence, attract women more easily, and unlock that masculine vitality that's embedded into every man's DNA. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, go ahead and click the link below in the pinned comment and fill out the quick form. It only takes like 1 or 2 minutes, and I'll reach out to you to set up a quick Zoom call so we can chat a little bit more. So I hope to hear from you soon. But anyways, if you're new here and you've made it this far into the video, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel as well. This generation of men have much lower testosterone levels than previous ones from things like poor diets, bad exercising habits, and increased exposure to environmental toxins. And even things like pornography addiction are negatively impacting men's testosterone levels. And all these things are becoming a huge problem in our society because it's stripping men of what makes men men. So if you want to join my community of guys that's focused on helping men reverse this downward trend and educating them on how to increase their testosterone naturally, go ahead and subscribe and turn the notification bells on too so that you're not missing out on any of my latest content. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button below. It helps me out a ton. Let me know what you guys thought about the video in the comments below. I always love hearing from you guys, and it helps me make the kind of content that you guys want to see when I hear from you directly. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate the support. I hope you got a ton out of this video too. Good luck in all of your efforts to boost testosterone naturally. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.